welcome to High Noon Racing. Under this torn cover is our 98 Firebird Scoots. It's our Project F body. Now we named this thing Scoots because the idea is it's gonna scoot. Man, oh man. It's a beautiful day outside. Sunny and 75. I need to do something real quick. Oh yeah. Oh yeah, buddy. We got the shorts on. Yep, we see you over there, Scoots. All right, fellas. Today, not entirely sure what we're gonna do. Got some bad news. Gonna share the bad news, and yeah, got good news on top of it. So we'll follow up that bad news with some good news. We'll start doing stuff. Let's take this unit and see what we can do. Alright, y'all, got this little bunny rabbit tail on the microphone. Hopefully that'll knock down some of the wind. If it don't, well, I tried. Any hoozle. So today we got a few things ordered. We got our oil pan ordered, because we need a different one that'll clear the K-member where the steering is mounted. We got our alternator bracket. I can't even read my own handwriting, daggone. Got our alternator bracket ordered, so we'll finally be able to get a serpentine belt on the car. And that'll allow us to run the water pump finally, so we can let it idle a little longer and stuff like that. And then we ordered the reverse band, because a while back we ordered one. We were sent the wrong item. It sent us a reverse frag. But yeah, so we got that ordered. So transmission will be getting reassembled soon. Good stuff. Now, for some of the bad. Let's go over some of the bad. So last time we were on video here, last video, we installed the rear end. Now, most of my videos, especially install videos, does not mean that I'm going to set up. I might install the stuff, but it don't mean I'm going to set it up. So that's not necessarily, because usually there's more components that have to work together before you set it up. So I'll dial it close, and that's about it. So let me show you some of the bad that happened while our newfound posi traction kicked our ass trying to get this car from the driveway back into the, the backyard, basically. Because, can't turn really anymore. And when you're pushing a car, it makes life pretty hard. So, we did a bunch of things and a bunch of stuff kind of went cattywampus and wasn't a good time. Here's a few clips. So, if you see that tire kicking out there, it was not originally kicking out like that. It's not supposed to be kicking out like that either. See how this one's more of a uniform, kind of looking straight up and down. Let's take a look at some of the alignments stuff. So if you look right there, that bolt. Oh wow! I wonder if the new mic picked that up. So that bolt is almost centered in the slot. Now on the other side, where are you at? There you are. It is no longer almost centered in the slot. It is completely all the way kicked out. So, yeah, how did that happen? Well, I'm going to play a short clip and let y'all hear it.
Getting the push bar back on so you can push me with the truck.
Now I'm going to kind of show you some of the things that led to that happening. So bringing Scoots out of the driveway, you see that very faint black mark. Yeah, basically the posi traction works incredibly well, and that made it very difficult to move the car when it can't move under its own power yet. So basically the body was rolling hard. Somehow this caused in a turn, it caused the tire to kind of get in a weird way with this old Florida Bahia grass or whatever, which is basically dirt and weeds. And we got in the heat of battle. I mean, it got to the point where very early on where I could not push the car. It was I pulled the car with a tow strap and then with my truck, and then I made a tow bar and literally used that to push the car. And then I got to the point the tow bar, which was attached right there, actually snapped off. So here Scoot sits. dang, that tire went flat again, huh? Made one trip out. You done got flattened by this right here. Unreal. This daggone thing gonna flip over, I'm saying. Alright, we'll get a tire pump and pump it up before it comes off the feed. Oh lordy. Yeah, hose clamp ain't gonna fix that. That's pretty cool though. Dirty bastards. Alright, so that old radiator thing ain't gonna work out today. You need to order the thicker ones. Sometimes you should go with your gut feeling. I thought I can get away with it, I can't, so come back to that. We're gonna jump on over to a couple things we got button up, like this here zip tie for the top mount. That ain't gonna do. So yeah, create a mount, and I'm thinking just a plate that goes over this, shoots down under, and lines up with this hole. It may not look the prettiest, but it'll work. I mean, realistically, the best thing to do would be to just literally weld a mount straight to this, but then I'd have to end it up just to get it off if I weld it on there. And I don't like permanent things. I like modular. You're able to remove it, put it back. So this may not be the cleanest take, but I got a few pieces of scrap I'm gonna use, and got some of this thin steel here. It's real thin, but it's strong enough for what we need. I just got a little scrap piece of eighth inch steel, and this will probably be the mounting point where the bolt clamps to, nice and strong. And this will come over and then cut up and then go on top of that little hole we got, or little prong we got right there. All right, let's do some cutting, measuring, and see what we can come up with. All right, and this is what we got. Got a little bracket here. I had to cut this big arse slot through it because there's a little support that's in the way. And then I made this little doodad. It's gonna act like a washer to kind of lock it in place. So it'll go on there like so. And those edges are gonna keep it from being able to pull, because there will be a bolt through this, so it kind of locks it all together so this can't slide or do nothing wonky, but gotta do what you gotta do. Had to cut that slot, so we go up here like this, drop it on there, bring it back, and line up like so. The edges trimmed to match the edge of this, so it's not really as visible. And then that washer will help lock it in place. Custom washer we made, and there you go. Now she's mounted. I'm gonna go get a can of Fix-A-Flat, see if we can fix that flat tire on our cart. And then I'm gonna go ahead and spray paint this black. And I'm not gonna mount it yet because the bumper mounts through that hole. So that's kind of where we're at on that. But yeah, that's one thing done for today. A little custom washer doodad and bracket. Gonna doctor up this here cart, and hopefully got to the point where I was filling it every like 2 minutes. The air was leaking out so quick. So all right, since we're already out here doing, fabbing brackets and whatnot, pop this bad boy out and we'll get it mounted and situated as well. That is our transmission cooler. One of those True Cool 40Ks. Had luck with them in the past. So we're gonna mount that probably in between the radiator and where the intercooler is gonna go up front. I might try to do some swirly stuff with it because I don't want the hot air through the tranny cooler going through the coolant cooler, the radiator. But I don't know if I'm gonna be able to get away with some swirly stuff. That's a real long tranny cooler. I don't want to put much lower either because this thing is likely going to be doing the wheelie stuff. So to get creative with that, but it looks like I'm just going to have to stick with front and center. Like I ain't going to have a choice with that. So, all right, let's go to the parts store, grab some paint, grab some Fix-A-Flat, see if we can fix our flat and throw some paint on that little bracket we made, and then start figuring out where we're going to mount this unit and do some brackets and mount it. I'll be right back. Man, I just went up to the O'Reilly's and golly, they want $15 for a can of paint. Now I know they got all the special different types of paint, engine paint, header paint, shock paint, plastic paint, you name it. They got all sorts of paint. But $15 a can of paint, my God. I'll just go to Walmart. It's a little bit of a drive, but the can of Fix-A-Flat was $15 there also. And it's like, man, I know $30 ain't a whole lot of money, but when you got a whole bunch of other stuff you got to get, it just adds up too quick. So if I could save $5 or $10, I'm gonna save $5 or $10. You best believe it. All right, so we went to Walmart and spent $30, but we got 4 cans of gloss black paint, 2 cans of brake parts cleaner, and a can of Fix-A-Flat. So we stretched it. That's why I like going to Walmart. Stretch out your dollar, you know what I'm saying? Get a little bit more for what you're paying. So literally needed like 1 can of paint, but I'm gonna constantly be painting stuff as I scratch it and install stuff like that. Look at homie getting it, dude. Oh my God, he was straight getting it. Gotta love Florida. Oh, all right. Touched up some of the paint. She is welded on there, top and bottom. You can unbolt her if you need to. I always leave the drain and return at the top because if it fills in the top, it has to force everything out and back up through the top. So there's no chance for air or aspiration or anything to happen. That's just how I've always done it and had good luck doing it that way. But I got my fans. was gonna mount up, but I decided against it because honestly, they're gonna block more air than they would really do good. And in a drag car application, really don't plan on sitting nowhere idling for a long time. So I think we'll be just fine. But she mounted in there. We got our top mount on for this guy. Got a little rubber piece of hose as a grommet, so it adds a little cushion to it. And just cut a little square, drill a hole in it as a backing washer. So that's all bolted up and in there. Gonna have to get the other connections or pipes, 1.25" pipes, to finish off the hose there. The alternator bracket will eventually go on with the alternator. And yeah, need to mess with this front suspension. It's getting kind of late in the day today. Tomorrow I might be able to do it, and then tomorrow night I'm going out with some friends to celebrate. I don't know what we're celebrating, but we're going to the glitter places where the girls have too much glitter and not enough clothes. So that should be fun. Probably won't be filming any of that, but that should be fun. Yeah, that's where we're at.